Doesn't feel too bad.
You can always add more to a painting, but you need to realize that the painting's already been done.
Like, at what day and moment was I just like, I'm not doing this anymore?
Right.
I wish I could go back and kick that son of a bitch in the dick.
Whatever somebody's going through, like, even the little things are things that, like, progressively get bigger. Like, there's ways around it. There's ways to, like, go through it. There really is.
Everything has a consequence. Everything changes with every decision that you make.
This is me versus me. Yeah, speaking of the weather, do you have any idea when the fuck it's supposed to cool down?
October?
Oh. It's like, it feels like worse this year.
You know what? Honestly, it does. Just a little bit. Just because it feels like June was just very hot.
Yeah, it got hot quick.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, man, I'm getting tired of it. It's hot everywhere.
Yeah. I'm at the point where it's like, it is whatever, you know.
my little corner of the shop that I work at, like, traps all the humidity.
Yeah.
And it just all we have is swamp coolers. And it's like, it's all right. I'll deal with it. Anyway, good to have you back, my friend.
Thank you for the invite, man. Thank you. Always love coming back, man.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've kind of been doing a bunch, you know. I got a lot of people I keep meaning to catch up with, and it's just been hard to mitigate all the focus, you know. Kind of what we were talking about. Sometimes life just has a way of getting you by the throat.
Yep, I know how you feel, man. You're kind of going through life, and then out of nowhere, you get pulled this way, you get pulled that way. And
I forgot to, I know you've mentioned it, but I forgot until you brought it up just now that you have a little baby.
Yeah, he just turned 3. Yeah, 3 years old, man.
It's a fresh life, man.
Yeah,
So you have a bigger plate than I do.
Yeah, he's a handful, man. We're going through some little stuff with him. He got diagnosed with autism, level 2 autism.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I see it, the way I see him, I've been around people with autism, and I just don't see it. You know?
Right.
So I know he had some issues with his stomach. He had some constipation, and the doctor that we took him to, freaking awesome doctor out there in Scottsdale, man. He's like, he deals with patients with autism, and he says majority of the problem is with the gut, you know. And I've been hearing that a lot, you know, people talking about, you know, a lot of the diseases start in our stomach, and so we started giving him some probiotics and prebiotics, and slowly his behavior, because he had his attitude and behavior was just out of control. Like he has a little cousin that he lives with us. And poor little kid, man, he was a punching bag.
I forget. It's been so long since I've been around babies, but at 3, can he talk?
He has a little problems speaking right now.
Yeah.
So his speech is not there, but we taught him a little bit of sign language.
Oh, okay.
So he understands, and he does understand when you tell him, hey, go get this, or hey, go see your mom, or go see your brother. He does understand. It's taking some time to get that language out.
Sure, I can only imagine.
But yeah, he's a handful, man. He's just like any little boy. He just wants to wrestle, wants to fight, you know. And if you're not paying attention, he'll catch you off guard, and he'll freaking give you a mean left hook or right hook, man. Like, he caught me a couple of times in my eye on Sunday. I wasn't paying attention, and he just came out of nowhere and just decked me right in the eye, and I was like, I was like, you little ass.
You bastard.
Just boom. But no, I love it, man. I know once he gets a little older, I do want to put him in some type of martial arts, maybe boxing. But I'm going to keep him busy. Yeah, I know that for sure. I'm going to keep him busy. Anything MMA, boxing, wrestling, he's going to be doing all that. Yeah, because it shows you a different discipline where, you know, maybe I've never really got involved in sports in school, but when I got out of high school, I did do some Muay Thai kickboxing and some MMA, and for a few years doing that, I learned a lot of discipline. I learned a lot about controlling myself, and you know, majority of the times I was the bigger dude, you know, so me learning how to do kicks and knees and elbows and being a bigger dude, you're usually stronger than everybody else in the class, right? So when you spar with people, they tell you, hey, 25% power, 50% power.
Yeah, turn it down.
Turn it down. But the little guys can go full percent on you, you know, and then it makes you mad. You just want, I'm gonna destroy this kid, you know. but and then of course, you know, I love lifting weights and all that stuff. So you get stronger and stronger. And I had some freaking tree trunks as legs, man. And when it comes down to kicking, I was just, you know, beating the crap out of those bags. But you learn the discipline. That's where people say, oh, it's violence. You know, you're gonna teach him how to fight. And he's gonna hurt somebody. No,
It's really not about that.
It's about discipline.
It really is. Yeah.
It's that discipline, and I'm dealing with it right now for myself because I'm trying to control my health, and go back into that. It's okay.
It's fine. It's
okay. I was like, what the hell? Oh, but I'm trying to get into that rhythm again, you know. So, but yeah, it's about controlling yourself, you know, making sure you don't hurt anybody else, and that's what it's all about, you know. So.
Yeah. I look back now and like I played different sports and marching band and shit like that, and it was never necessarily something like that I really wanted to do. But what I do take away from my just having to show up to that stuff was the discipline, and now I don't have a problem just doing things that I need to do.
Yeah,
it's like I don't even think about bickering about it. I just do the things I need to do now, and that form of discipline is truly important, you know.
Yeah, and of course if you can put that in a child that, you know, 5-6 years old,
yeah,
get them started there, you know, everything else, you know, changes in their life, you know.
You're gonna take down a lot of different walls by teaching them a little bit of discipline early.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I was able to do the same when I was a kid, but my parents worked all the time, man. Like, there was days I didn't even see my dad because he was just working.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go into work in the morning and didn't get home until night, and I'm already in bed, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
I think you mentioned to me your dad was a really, really hard worker.
Yeah, he still is. Both of my parents, man, they're just out there, and I think I mentioned it before. They don't have my dad doesn't have to really work anymore. He's kind of set already, but he's still out there doing construction. 62 years old, and I understand the work ethic. You know, he wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell him kind of maybe shift that mindset to protecting your assets that you have, making sure the assets, your properties that you have, they're well maintained and stuff like that. So, but he doesn't listen.
I would really love to have the opportunity to sit down and talk to somebody like that who has performed throughout their life for the better of the end benefit, because, you know, kind of going through some of the stuff that you and I have been witnessing at this age, you know, and just dealing with the focus ability that we have to kind of mitigate our lives, and I just wonder at this age. There's a lot of shit that's happened that makes you want to give up, you know?
Yeah.
And I just, when I see successful people, I'm like, fuck.
You know, one thing that I tell you this, was one thing that I learned from my parents and why they became so successful is the way they spend their money. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll give you an example. My mom, she loves all the name brand stuff, the purses, like all that stuff. But this lady has learned how to save the money. So if she wants one of those $5,000 purses, what she'll do over time, save the money, use your credit card. Once she has the money, the $5,000, put it on the credit card, buy with the credit card. Now, and she'll take 2-3 months to pay it off with the cash that she has. Mm-hmm. So now that she also has the purse that she wants, and she has good credit. You know, her credit just goes up. You know. And they live a super humble life, man. Like, they don't need to. They can buy whatever freaking car they want, whatever. But they're just kind of. We don't need it. If you don't need it, you don't need it. You know? Right. My dad. I don't think my dad has ever stepped inside of a store to buy clothes. My mom does all the shopping, and like literally for underwear, socks. My dad's never gone into the store. And so my mom handles that stuff, but the way that they manage money, the way how they work together, I've seen that, you know. So it's one of those. Is like, okay, do I really need to? You know, I have friends that they spend $100, $200 on a T-shirt. You know, it's like, really, like, maybe just wait a couple more months, and that T-shirt's gonna be maybe $50, you know, in clearance section, you know. But people like don't want. Oh, I don't want to buy it clearance. You know, it's like it's all made by the same person. It's it's coming from China or India or Pakistan.
This one didn't just sell fast enough.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Just some little kid sweated his ass off for 50 hours to make it. And
man, I went to Ross the other day, and like my buddy was just looking for. So he loves going there for specific reasons, and I was looking at a bunch of the stuff, and I was like, there's stuff that I need. But I don't want to spend this much money on all this shit. I just don't.
Yeah, like I wear a lot of these pro club fire like the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Like I just went and bought 3 of them, and that's what I wear. You know, I wear mostly it's all black. I have nothing but black shirts and a few red and gray shirts. But that's pretty much what I wear. You know, but that's how they. Like they save their money, man. Like they're so conservative with their money, and it's like it's worked for them, you know. And it does make sense. It's the way they manage their money. It's like, oh shit, okay, you know. Now I see why they're so successful and how much properties they have and how they can all that money they're collecting they go back into the system that they created. So it's pretty cool.
It's wise.
Super wise, man.
Yeah, I admire the shit out of that.
Yeah, me too, man. I wish I paid attention more when I was younger, when I was making a lot of money. But it's
one of the really kind of shitty things that I always wanted to do. I never wanted to use credit. Like just growing up, I just didn't. I didn't want debt. I didn't want a bunch of bullshit credit cards, things like that. In retrospect, that was kind of a poor choice. Because the better option would have been to have it responsibly.
Yeah.
Which is fucking hard, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I don't have to tell a lot of people that having credit cards responsibly is difficult. There's probably a lot of people shaking their heads right now.
A lot.
But I never did because I just decided I was going to keep my credit simple.
They kept their credit simple, but...
Sorry about the
No, don't worry about it, man. It's good.
It's a piece of shit now.
Nah, it's good. They kept their credit simple, but they also knew, they learned that even if their credit is being used, it's going to get paid off, and it's going to benefit them in the long run, you know? So by them, like I'll give you an example. When they first bought their first property, it was in California. They bought a townhouse, and that was their first property. So my dad always had side jobs, like because he did construction up there in California, in San Jose, where they built these custom wood fences, like really expensive wood fences. And so my dad would get side jobs on the weekend, and we'll go, me and my dad and my grandpa and one of my uncles will go on the weekend and do those fences. So, I mean, sometimes my dad had like jobs were like $30,000, you know, and material was only, you know, not even a quarter. It was probably like a quarter of the whole job, and everything else was all, you know, pocket. My dad would get majority of it because he's the one that was getting the jobs. So they just save all that money, and then they end up buying their first house. And then they sell their condo or the townhouse, and over a while they just keep on saving their money, man. And then they just had another down payment and bought the house right next door.
Speaking of bad habits, I think it was somebody, one of the finance guys at a car dealer, told me a long time ago. He dumbed it down for me, and the way he explained it was, creditors don't necessarily like debt; they like to see how good you are at spending their money.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that in and of itself is like, yeah, you can spend the money on the credit card as long as you are continuously paying it. They want to see how good you are at it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I was like, that fucking sucks because I don't want one. But that's what good credit looks like, is how good you are at spending the money.
Yeah, because you can leverage it, you know. So if you have the good credit, you want to buy a really nice house or a rental property or something like that. On
the other side of that coin, we'll go back to like what your parents did. If you're fucking good with cash, and some people are, man, then you don't need credit. Like, yeah, like if your parents are doing some Dave Ramsey shit, then you just don't need credit. And that's
yes and no, because
that way is a lot harder.
Because I'm seeing something's going on with them right now. They're trying to buy a property in Flagstaff, and of course the banks see that, okay, everything's paid off, right?
Yeah.
But they also see that they don't have no credit that's active. So so they want to give them a higher interest rate, you know, and even though they're gonna give a big down payment, but it's weird. It's weird how the banks, but they're trying to figure out it's looking in their way that they're gonna get help and get a lower interest rate, probably like at 6%, maybe 5-6%, but they're giving a big down payment, you know. So, but it's good. I mean, they don't, like I said, like their biggest expenses is all in their rental properties because there's a lot of maintenance. It's right now, like a lot of the ACs, like some of the ACs just went out, like so they have to be just go, you know, and getting somebody to go fix the ACs and stuff like that. It's a pain in the ass, you know. That's the only downfall about rental properties is just there's so much maintenance and stuff like that, you know.
Also, too, something else to think about when you're talking about, you know, cash versus credit, plastic, kind of that whole conversation is the way the world is a lot different than it used to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I don't like going to places, dude, that tell me we don't take cash.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That shit makes me uneasy, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll do it, but I don't wanna.
But see, I see that, and then people are like, oh, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not okay, because if you think about it, the more people say it's okay with it, the more they're able to control you.
That's just one more thing that we don't have control over.
Yeah, why do you think they keep on pushing so much electric cars?
It's,
like, I'll give you an example now. I heard it was on the news when the Ukraine war happened.
Yeah.
The politicians here in the United States were telling Elon Musk to shut off all the electric cars in Russia. I'm like, wait a minute, so they can do that?
They can do that, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were telling them to shut off all the electric cars in Russia. Like, so that tells you right there. Like, first of all, I ain't getting no fucking electric car. Fuck that, you know. And it's just, but that just tells you right there even more, you know. So
well, and to second something like that is, if all we have is plastic, if we have these fucking bank cards, then at any given moment, we may not have access to our money.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing. If you could shut off my car and you can shut off my bank account, just because nobody takes cash anymore, I'm fucked.
Like, big example, fucking, what's his name, Kanye West, when he had all that crazy stuff that happened to him last year?
They shut his shit down.
They took like $400 million of him, and they froze his accounts for just he has a different opinion, you know? Like, that's stupid.
Just that easy, man.
I was like, it's just so dumb, and like, but I understand, you know, they want to make it easier for the humans, but for us as people, but they're just making us fucking dumber, you know? Like,
I can't speak for everybody, man, but that it falls into the way I'm starting to feel. When I talk about, I feel like my life is kind of out of control. These things kind of factor into that, you know. It's not just the shit that's going on at home or the shit that's going on at work. It's a collaboration of everything. Like if I can't carry cash, it's not going to be tendered. I personally am not a huge fan, which there's no other way to get around having a fucking cell phone now.
Yeah.
That's always listening, which is equally creepy.
Oh, it's super creepy.
I don't know. Everything collectively, it all just kind of sucks, man.
It does, man, but I mean, it's one of those we gotta just adapt to it, you know. And I hate to say it like that, like, oh, we gotta adapt, but
I'm not trying to be stubborn. I'm having a hard time getting along with everything.
Yeah,
things are difficult.
I mean, I'll say this: keep it as simple as you can, man.
I'm definitely trying to keep shit simple.
It can get difficult, I know.
Yeah.
Especially dealing with some people out there too, you know. So it's trying to keep it simple and not to cause conflict with people, just because you're just going through your daily routine.
How are people? Are people still acknowledging what you're trying to accomplish, like your customers and your meetings? And I shouldn't say customers. It's a bad word for it.
The clients.
Your clients.
What do you mean, like?
I don't know. Do people? How do they take that conversation
about
trying to buy life insurance?
I mean, there's still people making money. It's pretty much on. So how we do it is, and I think I talked to it before, is it's what they need, right? So, like I said,
I suppose that's a good way to start that conversation.
So, like I have told you a couple of weeks ago, I had a client, real estate agent. business owner. She was looking for $1 million of coverage. She was looking for a whole life policy, something for the rest of her life, something that it's never going to expire. So, and she knows those are a little bit more expensive, and she understood that. So we didn't really have to explain a lot because she was very knowledgeable in insurance.
Well, that's cool.
So that's always a plus when somebody knows a little bit about insurance. So we told her, we sit down to her, we asked her, how many kids do you have? What's your debt? How many cars do you own? Are you still paying those? Is your house still have a mortgage? So all those come in a factor. And so, in reality, she needed like $1.9 million of coverage. But she said that she had another policy with her husband. So we told her, okay, we'll go for $1 million. And the price that we gave her, she liked it. And she's like, all right, let's do it. So, asked her some questions, filled out the application, and boom, went on its way. Like I said, everybody has a different budget. It's always, our saying in our office is mission before the commission. Like I'm not going to sell you $1 million policy if you can't afford it.
I like that though.
So, that's what we have to ask is like, okay. And we ask, I'm usually, that I've learned is you be very upfront with them. You kind of be like a friend and be an advisor and say, hey, can you afford this? Is this something in your budget where you can pay this on a monthly basis every month for the next 20 years or whatever? And majority of people say, yeah, I can do this. I can do $50, $60, $70 a month on a policy that if something happens to me, my family's taken care of. So there is a lot of people out there. It's just the information. People think it's super expensive because they hear people, oh, well, I got $1 million and then I'm paying $300 a month. It depends on your age. It depends on your budget and the assets that you have and how much coverage you're looking for. So, but yeah, it's like I said, my clients, all the people I meet, it's just simple policies. Once in a while you do get those big policies where like, oh crap, it's a business person. They want that coverage for for the business. So like if me and you were in business, I can put a policy on you. And you can put a policy on me and have the business pay for it because it's called a key man policy. So if something happens to me, you have $1 million on me, it goes to the business, and the business, so you can train somebody else in my position, so you don't be losing money.
That's crazy. I didn't know that was available.
Yeah, that's available for. It's been around for a very long time.
Wow.
It's like pretty much it's a regular term policy. You put a policy on me, and vice versa. Something happens to me, the money goes directly to the business. And it's a tax write-off. And it's tax-free.
I like the ending. And it's tax write-off.
And also, too, that when you get that check, $1 million check, you don't pay taxes on it.
Woo. I do like that. It's so funny the amount of shit that you can do tax write-offs on.
I'm learning about trust, like trust and wills.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother ballgame where like, holy shoot, like.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend, his mother owns you know him, Ryan Soretto, that he came here.
Oh yeah.
His mother does wills and trusts, and she I was at a training event where she was training. She's talking about trust and telling us stories about clients and all this stuff where you buy a house, put the house on the trust, so if something happens to you or somebody's trying to sue you, they can sue you, but there's nothing in your name except for fucking dog, they can sue you, but they're not gonna get nothing out of you because the house is underneath the trust, and they can't find out who owns the trust because it's protected. So like,
son of a bitch.
Yeah, like you can put all your cars, everything underneath the trust. You can put a beneficiary, so if something happens to you, it goes to that beneficiary, and you can avoid probate if you own the house. All that stuff. Like, so I'm learning about that, but also trying to learn how can I use the trust with the insurance business and just kind of create this freaking whole mega platform where I'm covered if something happens to me, or somebody's trying to sue me for some stupid reason, like they'll sue me for my shorts and not for my fucking house.
Yeah, you have I think a lot of loopholes at your fingertips.
Oh man, it's crazy, man.
And the wording is what's most important.
Yeah, and actually, I just had talking to a friend of mine. He's a broker in the insurance, in the life insurance, but also owns property and casualties insurance company. They do like home and auto insurance, he's like, dude, you got to get into that. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually thinking about it because I'm meeting a lot of real estate agents, loan officers, and different.
One step at a time. One step at a time.
Yeah, it's like I was like, oh, you know what?
Hold on a minute.
Eventually, I'm gonna get it because like I said, there's people asking for that. Especially all the car people that we know. Like they're always looking for better rates for car insurance. So, but I might be getting into that world soon. So we'll see.
That's cool, man. Let that snowball keep building.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's there's so much ways to build income out there, man. Like you just have to make the decision and make that jump. And how we were talking about earlier is just making that decision.
Well, it's become. I beat up on myself so much, and I'm gonna switch gears for just a second. But I beat up on myself so much because the idea is like when you're trying to build something the way that you and I both are on different pages, you know. The idea is that as long as you're making baby step progress, then you're at least doing something.
Yeah.
And I still feel like shit about it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I expect so much more out of me, but the way things are going, it's become so increasingly difficult. But baby steps, man. I'm trying to at least do baby steps and not let go of my fucking hopes.
So, question. So, are you reading any type of books? Anything? Are you listening to anything that in your realm that can help you?
Man, I can't read a book for 2 minutes. I'll fall asleep.
Or you see something on YouTube,
Not really. I listen to podcasts some days, but
maybe you need to listen to something that is gonna trigger something on you, where you can you know what? Okay, I need to do this. Maybe it's baby steps that I need to do, but it's gonna help you get to, you're building that ladder.
I'm definitely not opposed to opening new doors. I just don't know what that looks like. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to supporting factors.
Yeah, spend an hour. Let me say, don't spend all day, but spend maybe an hour or two trying to learn, something that's gonna help you in your realm.
The nice thing about my full time is I put in my headphones, and it's just me, my tools, and the cars I gotta work on. So I put in my fucking every fucking day. I put a headphone in, and I just go to work, and I can listen to whatever the hell I want. You know. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I just never thought about it. So I guess maybe in the next coming days I'll
listen to something related. How to create your how to take your podcast to the next level. How to to get you out there a little bit out there. If you want to get more people into the podcast, I've told you before. Let me know what type of people you want, and I can probably get you some people.
Ryan was phenomenal. I haven't talked to him since, but that's
that man's busy, man. He's building some software right now for real estate agents, and I was like, bro, how old are you? 22? I was like, shit. Bro.
He was great to talk to. I started up another one.
Another podcast?
Yeah. I'm using something else that I had set up a long time ago.
Okay.
It needs work. It needs expansion, but it's called Dirty Smoke.
Okay.
And basically what that one's going to be is it's me and a couple of good friends of mine, and we're going to bring in unique food and drink, talk about it.
Okay.
And just it's more of a humorous thing. But the idea, I think, eventually is that hopefully we'll have a fan base, and hopefully that fan base will produce suggestions.
For
food and drink.
Local vendors and stuff like that.
Maybe, yeah. Just if somebody suggests a weird drink that they found, then we're gonna come in and talk about it. And
that's something different.
Yeah. So
that's something different, man. But like I said, man, if you're looking for specific people, you let me know. Hey, who do you have that has an interest in life? Like I know of plenty of people, So get you some people in here that different walks of life.
I need to learn how to do this on what's the thing called on the web where you can
live,
kinda where you use video camera, the meetings and shit.
Zoom.
Thank you.
Oh, it's super easy.
I just don't know how to do it with people. I don't know how to set it up. I don't know how to.
Yeah, you just create an account
Yeah.
and send the link to them, and then they'll do whatever platform they have, like on their phone, and then you can see them.
No shit.
Yeah,
It's super easy.
I have it on my phone. I use it with clients all the time. Like I've sold policies in Texas, Washington, Vegas, like to Zoom.
I just want. I don't know about like with all the recording shit and.
Yeah, that's that's another level.
he's like yeah, you got me on that one.
So that's another level.
Yeah.
But people do. I see people do Zoom calls and they record it and stuff like that. Like
Huh.
I've seen it. I've seen like Joe Rogan done it. I've seen some other
He
podcasts.
did a shit ton of them while Rona was happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
doing a majority of them. He did that one with that one guy, Snopes. He's out there in Russia. Like
Yeah. Edward.
yeah,
Snowden.
Snowden. There we go. Snopes.
He did. I saw his Zoom call with Matthew McConaughey.
yeah,
Good episode.
yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shit, it's anything's possible. Like I say, listen to a podcast and it's how to do a podcast through Zoom. You know.
Well, maybe I'll just I'll set it up with test run. You know. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got people in other states and shit that want to do it, and instead of me traveling, it's gonna cost money.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's even like like I said, if you guys do that food, other podcasts, I have 2 or 3 people that have started food trucks. I got a friend. He started off with it's called Jay's Burgers or something like that.
Mhm.
Like he does burgers out of a food truck. And
Dope.
bro, those are bomb ass burgers.
Dope.
He's right here. Usually he's right here off of 75th Avenue in Olive. There with another friend, but his burgers are bomb, man. But like I said, like there's so many avenues. Like food critics are like being like really popular now.
Yeah.
It's just don't be one of those food critics that it gets to your head and like it's like you want everything for free. But
Like you're not fucking Gordon. Relax.
yeah, I think I don't know. You know who Keith Lee is?
I don't know.
Oh, you gotta look him up, bro. He's actually the most genuine like cool person that I've seen. That everywhere he goes and reviews food, like the next day, like that restaurant is busy for weeks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he is like the touch of God or something. Like it's
The touch of God.
yeah, he's super chill. But yeah, man, like I said, there's I would suggest is learn from somebody that is teaching people how to do it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that teaching people how to do different things, So if you want to get this to another level, go on Facebook groups. Like, hey guys, I'm looking
Facebook groups.
like I told you, I'm in freaking 1,400 groups that over time that I've been on it. Like if you're looking for people that have done drag racing, I know a ton of people have done that. If you're looking for people that have had some really crazy past, probably with some gang related stuff, I got some people there. Military, but I bet you if you post it out there, hey, I'm looking for so and so people that want to be on my podcast,
Mm-hmm.
or if like I said, if you just let me know what you're looking for, I can probably get you a couple of people.
I have admittedly found that it is difficult to get people you don't know to be completely willing to come on here and really share their stories. It is a little bit difficult, especially without having a following.
Yeah.
So that's become part of the problem, so to speak. And it sucks. It's a little bit more disappointing than it should be. But I want to encourage people to be on, and to come share their stories and their knowledge. I can't express how valuable it is.
Yeah.
Just me. They don't really take that into consideration. So.
Don't feel bad about it, man. It's one of those. I guess you have to be word of mouth. You know.
Yep.
And so people that you say, hey, who do you know that does this and that? Do you know somebody that does this? And you know what? Yeah, I can get you in contact with somebody. This way or over here. And I have people in car dealerships. I have people in caregiving. All kinds of walks of life. So, and a lot of them never done it, but they're like, hey, cool, I'm down to do it. So
there is definitely a handful of people that, without thinking about it, would like to share their story, and again, they don't think about it until the question is raised. How interested would you be of sharing your knowledge, your story, your experiences? And,
yeah. I got a gentleman in my office. He's 65, 60. He's one of the oldest agents in our office. Veteran, I consider him like a big brother. Like we always talk. Two completely walks of life. You know, he's from the East Coast. Now he's in Arizona. African American, like veteran, Muslim. Super fucking awesome dude. We connect so much. We have so much knowledge. We talk about religious stuff. We talk about Anunnaki, aliens, and all that stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, we can get into that too, man. Start questioning things about life and stuff.
Dive deep.
Dive deep. You know, we talk about Mayans and what happened to them, the pyramids.
Yeah.
How there's pyramids in freaking the Grand Canyon. NASA owns a piece of the Grand Canyon because they don't want you to go in there because there's artifacts of Egyptian stuff.
Is that true?
Yeah, look, Google it.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, type in Egyptian artifacts in Grand Canyon.
I've lived here my whole ass life.
Yeah, it's and there's stories on TikTok about it that people are trying to go visit it, and out of nowhere, fucking full combat soldiers come out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So if you don't see me next time, if something happened to me,
Yeah. It's because they were listening.
Yeah, bro, it's there.
Oh, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, it's in there, man. It's I think last time I looked it up, it was like Grand Canyon, Egyptian artifacts or something like that.
Egyptian and Grand Canyon. Let's try that. Tibetan? Egypto-Tibetan. Wow. 1909. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, why is it NASA restricting, you know?
Yeah, why is NASA? What are you guys doing in there?
And why does NASA own a piece of one of the pyramids inside of it? They own a piece of it in Egypt.
The chambers of the underground citadel. What the fuck?
So it just, like I said, it's
Great.
You're not gonna sleep tonight.
I gotta go down this fucking rabbit hole.
Oh man, it's just gets crazy. So, but you know, me and him talk about that stuff, you know. And I told him about the podcast. I was like, "Hey, dude, you want to go on?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." So you want to let me ask him. And super cool dude, man. I freaking love him to death. He's awesome. Very knowledgeable. Yeah, about everything. But like I said, you know.
He wants to be on here.
Yeah, I told him about it. He's like,
So for that one, I would like to have. Let me get my shit done. I want to have both you guys on.
okay, I'm down. Yeah,
That would be fucking great.
Yeah.
And listen to you guys fucking go back and forth. 'Cause
yeah,
apparently there's some shit that I want to hear.
yeah. Like we can talk about fucking. Like, have you seen that movie Prometheus?
I haven't seen it.
But you heard about it, right?
I know what it is. I just haven't.
It's like the
watched it.
prequels of like aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, watch the movie Prometheus, because there's I saw a video where they talk about they cut off an original scene that they were supposed to put it on the movie, but they didn't because it was going to cause a lot of controversy.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's freaking crazy, and I'll tell you what it is because it's probably going to make some people mad. But it literally tells it's us coming in contact with the aliens, going seeing them where they're at, and we tell them, why didn't you make contact with us? Why did you try to kill us? Because that's like the thing about the movie. And this giant freaking alien, like it's like 10 feet tall, it looks like a bodybuilder, tells the humans, like, we were trying to help you. We were trying to help you, tell you the meaning of life and how everything works. And I took a mother and son with us to teach them the ways of the laws of life and everything. And I sent them back, and you killed them.
Oh, what the fuck?
So I mean, who's that? That's Jesus, right? So
Oh shit.
mother and son.
Oh shit. All
So
right.
they took him, brought him back to teach him the ways of of everything, and he got murdered. They murdered him, and so they took that part out of the movie.
That's a really I could see why they took it out. When you start talking about connecting religion and aliens is when shit gets real hairy.
Yeah, because those aliens are creators. Because out of their DNA, we came out of it.
Right.
You know, so when
Which
you
is
see,
also a theory
yeah,
that we are a fraction of an advanced being.
yeah. So that's where the Anunnaki also comes in part. Is
I gotta watch
Anunnaki used some of their DNA and mixed it with an ape, and that's where we became humans.
I gotta go watch this fucking
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that's fucking. I love that movie. I love the movie.
But that part's not in the movie.
No, that part is not in the movie. But it shows you where one of the aliens takes a vial or something, and it breaks down his body, and it goes into the water, and of course evolution happens over time, and that's where humans come out, pretty much, saying in theory. But yeah, that other part I was telling you about, you know, them picking up the son and the mother, that's not in it. They took that out.
Damn it! But God, I have so many questions now.
Yeah, it's it's like I said. But yeah, man, yeah, let me know when you're ready, and I'll tell him, and I know he'll be down to come in and check it out. Super cool dude, man. He's freaking awesome. But like I said, like I've learned about so many things, man. Like I love learning about what's going out there in the world, what's going on in the war that's going on in Europe, the shit that's going on with China and the U.S. and Japan and all that, North Korea and South Korea.
Yeah.
You know, the new type of weapons that we have. You know, like the fucking new submarines, the drone submarines that we have. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah, shit's so advanced.
And then the new fucking bombers are coming out that the U.S. is making. They're making 100 fucking B-1 bombers or something like that.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're unmanned. They're gonna be unmanned or manned, and able to go longer distances and carry more weapons.
I did see something about those, and they put them in dogfight simulators, and 100% of the time they win because they can make choices that humans can't make on a dime. You know.
Oh snap! I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah, because they're I mean, it's AI running them, you know, pretty much.
Right. And that's the reason that they can make the best possible outcome every fucking time.
Yeah, because they don't have the conscience of, okay, if I bomb this place, who's gonna die? You know.
Also, their point of accuracy is probably 30 times higher.
And then also too, I don't know if you've seen the laser blasters that they have now on some of the destroyers.
No.
They have fucking laser beams on the fucking thing. Laser beams. Yeah.
Sharks with freaking laser beams.
Yeah, bro. And then and some of those new bombers are gonna have the heat weapons. They're calling them heat weapons. So it heats up the certain, like a missile. If a missile's coming to the ship, it heats up the missile and then it blows it up. Like Star Wars shit, pretty much.
Star Wars shit.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, we're in the Star Wars phase now. So.
It's fucking headed there, man.
Yeah, there's so much stuff, man. Like the amount of money that we spend on military, and I'm for it. Like I'm, like if we don't have a strong military, we're done.
Right.
Like we're done. I mean, I don't think we're done, but let's say, you know, it's just good to say, okay, you know what, we have, you know, 12 carriers, and you know, China has 4, I think, and we're creating new ones coming out. You know, so like I feel safe. You know, like but, you know, and I do feel safe because I mean, if you look at the total budget of the U.S. compared to the next 9 nations after that, it doesn't even come close.
Oh, we're definitely in the nicest way possible. We're definitely the world police.
Yeah, you know, there's a movie, man. And speaking of world police, there's a movie, and I'm not able to find it anymore. It's called The World Without the U.S. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, I saw it on Netflix years ago, but it's not on there anymore.
Yeah, I bet.
And then there was a person similar to Trump where he said, I'm closing all the bases, all the embassies around the world, bringing all the troops back home, bringing everything, all the money back home. We're gonna concentrate on our country. We're gonna make sure we're the best of everything. So unemployment's almost at 0, crime's almost at 0, and we're doing so phenomenal, like so great, that the world's in fucking chaos, you know. and this is what happens. Europe gets taken over by Germany. Soviet Union becomes, you know, one again. China, Japan go to war with each other. North Korea and South Korea at war. All pretty much Asia is in war. South America at war with each other. Africa still the same, all pretty much destroying each other. Middle East is Israel gets freaking wiped out because all the countries join together and just destroy Israel. So the world's in chaos, but the U.S. is doing great because we decided not to become the world police anymore.
Because we decided to step the fuck out.
Yeah. So it kind of makes you think like, oh shit, okay, now I see why we're in some areas kind of deterred, some of these other world powers and not to get involved. But also too is like shit, we need to get out of some of these places and become friends with some of these people, instead of becoming enemies.
I do see it, but I do wonder what a world looks like where we just depend on ourselves and not pay everybody else to depend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And I know at the end of the day, everything that I just referenced to has regard to money.
Yeah, it's all related with money, and I know there's I can't say the word, strategies with the money they're sending off to certain countries to help them out, and because they're helping us out in some way, but when we're sending money to the fucking Taliban, like we're still sending them money. Like why are we sending them millions and millions of dollars?
Right.
People complain about the free healthcare. Maybe we stop sending money to these countries that don't like us. There's your free healthcare. Oh yeah, but we'll put the military. No, leave the military alone. But let's concentrate on these other places where Ukraine doesn't need billions and billions of dollars from people say, well, they gotta protect themselves. Yeah, I understand, but sometimes we need to say, you know what, let's fix our shit.
Take care of ourselves.
Like you go to downtown, not down Phoenix, but you go around Phoenix. There's homeless everywhere. There's people doing drugs on the street, like shooting up and fucking smoking crack and all this. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like let's fix that first.
Yeah. There's big issues at home.
Yeah, we got way bigger issues, but now with this whole stuff with I'm gonna go into that route as Trump getting shot, people celebrating that, like if Biden would have gotten shot, I would like, fuck dude, like that's our president, like who shot him, like I'm not for the guy, but I don't want a dead president,
Yeah.
That's the difference between the left and the right. And let's say I'm not 100% right, but I'm right in the middle, but I don't want to see no president get shot,
If somebody can accomplish something like that, act of violence towards the person that's supposed to be leading our nation, then we have bigger problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
regardless of who it is.
Exactly. And then now you see people online, you're like, oh, they missed. I saw where Jack Black had a concert in Australia.
Yeah,
I was like, you fucking dumb fuck. I fucking love this dude. Now he's always talking about, they missed. And I was like, come on, man. Like you don't need to be doing stuff like that.
I'm not a fan of either of them, but that was his bandmate, right?
Yeah, Tenacious D.
Yeah.
His bandmate that said that.
I saw all the articles and I saw everything, just so everything's straight on here.
Yeah.
Tenacious D, and
it was his. I forgot his name. The other guy, the bald dude.
I can't remember, but Jack Black was not really. He wasn't condoning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's correct. It was the other dude that said that. Because he blew out the candle out of his cake, right?
Yeah, and he said, "Don't miss Trump next time" or something. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he's like, oh,
even if I did feel that way, I probably wouldn't say it on stage.
Yeah.
And guy that was fucking, what the fuck is his name? Kyle? I don't remember, but everybody knows Tenacious D. Everybody knows Jack Black. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Like I said. Regardless of your political state, maybe don't say something like that.
Yeah, don't say, "Oh, I wish the president is dead." Like,
I probably wouldn't wish somebody dead on a fucking crowd.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of celebrities that from the past, like Madonna saying, "Oh, I wish I could blow up the White House." Like, what?
Like what are you?
But yeah, regardless, but like that's the difference between both sides. One side wants the side of love and peace and all this. Is the ones that causing a lot of the damage and chaos.
Mm-hmm.
The other side is just like they're just kind of taking it in. So I think it's gonna eventually blow up, and one side has more of the weapons than the other side, And but hopefully never that happens. Don't want a civil war to happen in America because that happens, the world's gonna go to shit.
It's gonna be different.
Be very different. I feel like it's gonna be like the. I want to see that movie. It's called Civil War.
Yeah. I do want to watch that too. The fun part that I found about Civil War, the movie, is that they don't separate. They don't bring the political sides into it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? They don't differentiate Democratic from Republican in the movie.
Okay.
So I'm really interested to see
how they
delegated that issue and how they fucking made that happen. That was super exciting to see for me anyway, because I like the idea of not bringing.
Yeah, for
not,
sure, man.
That not being.
I'm a big patriot person. Like, I'm very patriotic. I wanted both sides to work with each other. I mean, and of course, it's not going to happen because there's a lot of people in their feelings, you know.
I think it's really fucking stupid that we're all acting this way because we're the greatest nation in the fucking world. We have the most power, we have the most money, the most ability, and us as citizens have the most ability to do anything you want with your life.
Yeah.
Anything you want with your life, and we're too busy fighting over shit.
Before I walked into your house, I was outside. I was on the phone with my mom, and before she called me, I was listening to this video, and this guy, I was talking in Spanish, and he was saying about people in California, because there are probably people in California complaining about these prices and all that, and it's like, but it says if you're complaining and you're begging for money on the corner, that doesn't mean you're poor. That means you're fucking lazy.
I mean,
and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, I honestly think like. They should have like California because it's one of the best places to live in the world, you know, like because the climate, you know,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I honestly believe that if you want to live in California, you gotta, you have to deserve to live there, you know, like
yeah.
kind of making something like fight to live there, you know, but. And that aspect is yes, we live in the best country on the planet, and some people say we're not the best country. Like I've been to other countries, I've been to Mexico and Jamaica. Yeah, we have it pretty set. Like
we're pretty fucking lucky here.
Like here, I'll give you an example. Here in Arizona, here in Phoenix, you can go to any QT and you have a fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
You can go to Dallas. I went to Dallas a few times, and like it's so hard to fucking find a bathroom where you're like, you know, or LA, like where it's not infested by fucking homeless and bathrooms are being pretty much blown up. but we live in such a great country where people can complain about living in this country. You know, that's how. You know, I have friends, I have family that came over here illegally. You know, they came through the worst conditions on the planet. You know what they're doing right now? They're working in landscaping. They're making money cash. You know, because in Mexico, where my parents are from, or my family's from, like the cartels have taken over everything. Like if you're not part of the cartel, if you're a man, you're either with them or you're against them. And there's two cartels fighting. I think last time I checked, there was two cartels fighting for territory. Because the land where my parents are from, it's a lot of farming, a lot of that stuff. So really good soil, and well, they need the soil to create, you know, to make stuff, you know. So
they got shit to do.
Yeah, but like I said, we got to work together.
Dude, that's the key, man. We outnumber everybody.
Yeah,
and this is at the core of it. What I'm really trying to get to people to understand is how connected we truly are. And the power that we have together.
Oh yeah.
You know, but
like I don't know if you remember 9/11. Right after 9/11, how the United States was.
They said the week after 9/11, we were the most united that we have been in the history of the world.
Yeah, like we could have fucking conquered the world if we wanted to.
Yeah.
If we would have known any of these superpowers were the ones behind this, we would have taken over all that shit.
It would have been done. Yeah.
We would be only half of fucking the world right now, you know. But as we're so privileged and we haven't really gone through any crazy stuff, especially a lot of the. Well, I mean, I feel like because we're millennials, right? You're a millennial. How old are you?
I'll be 36 this year.
I'm 38. Yeah, you're a millennial. We gone through 2001, you know, the not the 2000s with the new millennium.
Yeah. You
know, we all thought the world was gonna end because all the computers were gonna shut off and shit.
I remember that.
2008. I mean, 2001. 9/11. 2008. The crash.
2012.
Oh yeah, the Mayan calendar.
Everybody thought the fucking world was gonna end.
Yeah, we've gone through so much shit. Like I know we feel lost. You know, we feel like fuck. How the fuck am I making it? Now everything, houses are expensive. Everything's so expensive. How are we gonna make it in life? You know, and it's like there's a reason why we're in the United States. We can make it happen. You know,
do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
you can literally do whatever the fuck you want.
There's people making thousands of dollars on fucking TikTok.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm trying to learn how to do that stuff. Like, how the fuck, like this freaking 16, 18-year-old making 20, 30K on TikTok. Like, so if people are making that much money, you know, there's ways of us making even more money. You know, it's just
if the want is there, the will is there too.
Yeah. So my challenge for you, brother, is learn a little bit more about podcasts and how to get out there. If you honestly need to get your name out there more, shoot me a text, bro. Like, hey, bro, can you send that a text on all the groups? I don't mind helping you out, man. I honestly
Stop being fucking lazy. That's basically what I feel. Because you talk about the homeless guys that are holding signs, and a lot of that is a bigger issue that we're not going to get into on this episode. But at the end of the day, again, is they don't need to do that.
Yeah.
You don't. It's so easy. Well, making honest money is not easy.
No, it's not. It's difficult.
But that's why I say honest.
Yeah.
But
like, I don't see my big ass doing fucking stripping at a club.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
hey, there's something for everybody, man.
Yeah, that's true.
There's groups for that too, bro.
I know there is. I know there is, man.
Shit.
But like I said, man, I'm here to help you out, brother. Like, you know,
You've definitely been a fucking real one, and I appreciate it.
like I said, I'm here to help out, man. Like, I believe in helping people out, and you know, like I said, I've got contacts. You can spread out. Like I said, even if it's just a regular message, hey guys, anybody want to, like, I can put I have like 5,000 people on my Facebook, and like, anybody want to be on a podcast, you know, as a business owner or anything like that, or anybody that, like, I think I have a friend that used to be in the UFC, Camilla Kirk or something like that. They call him the Hawaiian. I can reach out to him. Hey, bro, like, are you interested in being on a podcast? It's really small, but you know, but
You are charismatic, and I appreciate it.
I wanna help you out grow, man, because you know, I know one day I'm gonna have my own setup too, man, and I want you to be, hey, come on board, bro. Let's make something happen. Like that idea of you trying out drinks and stuff like that, like that's a fucking good idea, man.
It's fun.
Get some people, like some buddies of yours that make you laugh and all that.
Yep.
Have a special guest on there here and there, and just make it happen, man.
That's why I want 4, you know?
Yeah.
So we can do, 4 people just trying shit out and bullshitting while we're doing it.
Yeah, bro. And like I said, just fucking make it happen, man. There's if there is not intelligent people out there making a lot of money, and I know you're very intelligent. You work on cars. You gotta be super intelligent to work on cars, you know. So you can make some money, and that's just not about money, but you can make an impact out there, be an influencer, and get yourself out of the rut you're in. You know, I'm in a rut too right now too. You know, so
that's all it is, man. It's just a fucking rut. So it'll end soon. I'm digging up right now, but not a big deal.
Follow David Goggins, man. And
Shit, stay hard. Fuck.
and,
But anyway, I appreciate you coming back on, man.
anytime, man.
You're the
Like I
shit.
said,
I love talking to you every time. You're always up. That's what everybody always says about you. Oh, you're gonna have Jose back on? He's super uplifting. He's super cool to listen to. Dude's got a great personality. I'm like, you fucking. I know. I get to talk to him. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do it, man. Even if it's even though Instagram live, bro. Like going on Instagram and just talking on there.
Yeah.
You let me know, man. I'll I'll get on there.
I forget about Instagram.
We gotta take advantage of all the free stuff.
I
man.
know. So, all right, man. Well, do you want to plug anything you're doing?
Yeah, just like I said, I mentioned before, I am a life insurance agent. Help people understand life insurance, how it works. There's also a business opportunity too. If somebody's looking to make some extra cash, extra money, we can help you out with that. Definitely, you can message me on Instagram, Jose Casas _AZ, and send me a message and get in contact if you want to know more about life insurance, or you just want to talk, you're doing some shit. I've been through a lot of stuff too, so just like in the past podcast, I'm here to help out the community and go from there, and we'll help each other out.
If you can't find him on any of his socials, feel free to message me on anything that you're listening to. You can post questions on Spotify. You can email me at meversusmeinfo@gmail.com, or any of the platforms that you currently listen on. So, pretty much sums it up. Give it a like, follow, subscribe, please, and maybe even a share if I'm lucky. But anyway.
All right, thank you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I love you.
Love you too, man.